Hello, welcome. Alright, so this tutorial we're going to be going over making a chatango bot in Python. Okay, so basically for a chat room. Alright, so first things first, what we got to do is download Python. Python. Let's see. Python. Yeah, just do Python. And it'll be python.org here. Sure, it's .org, python.org. And then go to download, and we'll get the make sure you get Python 3.1, not the later versions. You need the 3 point something. It has to be at least version 3 to do stuff like YouTube requests and different web requests and different things like that. So just go ahead and get the Python 3.31. That's the one right now. For 32-bit, we're going to just do this one, or for 64-bit. But just go ahead and download this one right here, the MSI installer. Okay, so go ahead and download this. I'm going to put it to my desktop. Alright, I already have Python installed, so I'm not going to have to do that. So let me just check it out. Alright, so once you have Python installed, or downloaded, just go ahead and run it, and go to your start menu here, and under Python you will have the idle and the command line and different things. Go ahead and just right click here and go send to desktop and create a shortcut for the idle. And what that's going to give you is this thing right here, which is basically an IDE. This is where we'll be doing all the development. Actually, this one here will be is basically like a test thing. Alright, so go ahead and just, you don't need to worry about all that stuff. I was just showing you basically what this does. But once you have that installed, right here, just go ahead and open up idle. Or actually, first off, we got to get something else here. So let me just go ahead and I made a paste bin. Now this is a library that we're going to be using. We're just going to just come to this address here. I'll put it in the link for the description of the video. Alright, and then when you get here, also it'll be chatango bot codes, and it's right here. So let's go ahead and click that and go to raw, right click, select all, right click again, and copy it. Okay, go ahead and close this out here. Alright, close that out. Alright, so now what you want to do is go ahead and double click this. Alright, since we can't save any work here, we're going to go to this and go new window. Now this one you can actually save your files out. So then you just right click, or actually just go to edit and go to paste. Alright, and there we go. We now have our ch.py. Okay, now this part is important. We'll go ahead and save it. Actually, before I do that, I'll make a thing here. Do new folder, and I'll just name this YouTube YouTube bot. Alright, there's that. So we'll go ahead and go to save and go to the desktop or wherever you want to save your bot at, and find the folder here. Where is it at? Ah, YouTube bot right there. Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. Okay, so now this is an important part. We're going to go ahead and say ch, and that's it, and then .py actually. Do that. Alright, make sure it's on pi, pyw, but save it like this also. Okay, go ahead and save that out. So now, open this up. I'm going to check this out, and it should pop up with a little window. But you don't have to do that. That's just something I do at a convention, I guess. So, for installing this here, just run it. Next, 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 and so on, alright? Yes. Finish. Alright. So once you have it installed, and you have the ch, make sure you name it exactly how it is here. Ch. Alright. And then, alright, so there's that. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to open up idle again, and we're going to go ahead and start coding the bot code here. So we'll do new window. Alright. We're going to save this one now. We'll save, and we'll save it to desktop. YouTube bot, and we'll name this one, how about you, oops, what am I doing, YOU, name it YouTube bot.py, okay, we're going to save that again. Alright, so starting out here, we'll go ahead and alright, we'll get right into it. This here is a comment. Basically, this is just for the user, to leave little notes. And now you don't have to do this part. This is optional. I like to just put little notes here. And you don't have to do two, just one is fine. And alright. I just like to do it like that. Alright, so now when you're programming in Python, it is white space sensitive, meaning that, say, if you have like some tabs in here or spaces or whatever where there shouldn't be any, it'll cause errors. Basically, I'll get into that, I guess. So now we're going to leave a little note, and these are going to be the imports. Okay, so basically, these are the files that we're going to need to run our bot. All right, so basically, these are other files. They're called modules that you import, such as our ch.py that we're going to be using, and a few different ones here. Now I'm going to just start off by importing a whole bunch of different ones. We'll eventually get to using all of them, but for now we'll just go ahead and import them. So import ch, so that gets our import our ch file. All right, so now we can use that in here. So import random. Okay. Import system. Import operating system. Import graphics. Import. And don't be too concerned right now at this point what these all do. We'll cover them all eventually. Traceback. import time. Bin ASCII. And from XML dot eTrue import. Now this is going to be used for doing YouTube commands. Alright, so that's our imports. Alright, now just do imports. Alright, so now we'll skip a little bit here. Alright, so we're going to make a variable. This is going to be a string variable here, and we're going to set it to whatever you want the command thing to be. Pretty much. You'll see exactly what it does in a little bit here. Alright? So basically for the commands, for an example of a command, it's going to be like YouTube and then the name, YouTube and then the name of the video, or command, see the command list, and so on. Alright, so now we have our variable there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to say class. We're going to make our class, and it's going to be YouTube bot. Alright, and that's going to be the name of our class. It can be anything you want to name it. It doesn't have to be YouTube bot. And then from CH, we're going to say room manager. Alright, and then here we're going to do a colon there. Alright. So now, just hit enter, and you should be about in the right spot. So now, define. This is going to be a method, or what is it called? I think it's called a method. I don't know. Or it's called a function actually. So on init, so meaning when it initializes, when it starts up, basically, it's gonna use self from ch.py, alright? So that's basically the bot. It's defined in ch.py. Feel free to look it over. You can find it in there. So now we'll do self, and we're just going to set a few things here. Set name, and these are all case sensitive, so make sure you type out exactly as I do. Alright, and then in here we're going to say set the name color. Now this can be any color you want, but for now I'm just going to set it to black. So it's going to be 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, go here, hit enter, and then self dot set font color, and we're just going to set the font color again. It's going to be black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, self dot set font face, and this can be any font again that you want. I'm just going to do Adobe Garamond Pro Bold. Alright, and that'll set the font for you. So now we're going to set the font. Self dot set font size. Alright, so we'll just make it 12. Sure, why not? Self dot set not set enable PG, and we're just gonna leave it like that. Self dot enable recording. Alright, and basically what these are is there's a class inside of ch.py that is named self, and then the dot, and then the method. Okay, see, like this one, if we wanted to use this, we would just say we would say the class name, which is YouTube bot, and then dot, and then on it, and then that would use to call this method here. But it's kind of a senseless method to do, so I'll just not do that. But just giving an example on what it is there. Alright, so now, right, one sec, let me throw out my cigarette here. Okay, so now, define, and then this one we're going to do on connect. So when it connects, what do we want to do here? So we're going to say this one is going to take in self and room, alright, because we'll be sending a message here. So basically we can just copy and paste this here. Control C for copy and paste, and then Control V. Okay, make sure these line up here like that. And then when it connects, we also want to say print, and this is going to print to the console. You'll see exactly what this does here in a second. So we're going to print, and then we're going to say this, and I just like to do this to separate it from different things, and connected to, and you can have it say whatever you want here, and then plus, this is how you add. Okay, so this is a string. This is going to print out the string of text, and then it's going to say plus, and then we're going to say room. Alright, so there's that, and then once it's done doing all that stuff, we're going to say room, which is another class inside sage.py, and then there's a method called message. Alright, so this is what we want the message to say. This is going to print out in the room here, and it's going to print a message. You could also do raw message, and that is basically going to do it without, and post it without any font or any, well, it's going to have a font, but it's not going to have any colors or anything like that. So room.message is fine. So what do we want to say? We want it to say, oops, we want it to say YouTube bot alpha version, and then we're going to say 0.01, and then I'm going to do this, status, and we're going to say online. Alright, so there we go, there's that. Alright, moving right along here. So now, do I tab it in one time? Actually, you know what? I'm going to go up a bit. I'm going to tab it in once. Now what we're going to do is define on disconnect and self, comma, oops. And I think it's self room, right? Yeah. Okay, self room, like that. And one of those little bad boys, and we're going to do, we're going to print to the console. So when it's disconnected, we want it to print to the console something, and I'm just going to do what I normally do, info. So we'll say disconnected from, and then space like that, and just do room dot name. Okay, so there's that again. And then on disconnect, we're gonna just do that, and also Well, we'll just do that. Alright, so when it's disconnected, we want to do that. So now, disconnect, actually on Reconnect, we also want to set here. So basically, we can just copy and paste this. Control C, come here, and tab, paste it, and then define on Reconnect, like that. Alright, so go ahead and save this for now, so I don't lose anything. Alright. So, next, what do we want to do? We want to define on flood warning. Now, this method here is going to be called when this method's going to be called when it gets a flood warning. So we're going to just do first we're going to print, and I'm going to say info and flood warning in alright, and then we're going to say make sure that's not uppercase, and then here what we're going to do is room dot reconnect. Ow. And that's basically to call this. Right. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to define the fun part, which is the OnMessage. This is where all the commands are going to be done. So OnMessage is going to take four things. It's going to take self, it's going to take room, it's going to take user, and it's going to take message. Okay? So now we're going to print, and then user. So basically what we're going to do now is print out to the console the messages. Okay, so this is going to print out something to the console. It's going to print out the messages that are in the rooms. Alright, so let's see, we can cover that later. Let's see. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and just, yeah. So for now, what we can do is put an if, and we're going to make an if statement. And basically what, when there's a message sent, if something happens, what do we want it to do? Alright, so we're just going to simply type out if, and then that, and inside of here is basically going to be the test. So if message dot body dot starts with. Alright, for now we're going to actually we're going to do that. if message.body starts with, and then that, and then in here is where we're gonna define what we want to do. So so that's going to be the command. Okay, so if a message starts with this, what do we want it to do? Well, we just want it to simply print a message. And what do we want it to print? We want it to print, oops, we want it to print out hello, then a comma and a space, plus user.name. Alright, and what that's going to do is it's going to say hello, and then whoever says the command is going to print out hello, and then the name, then another plus, and we're going to say a period. Alright, so now okay. Okay, so let me think. So if, and then underscore, and then name underscore equals underscore main underscore. So if name equals main, we're going to say YouTube.easy underscore start. And there we go. That should be it. Let me go ahead and close this down. Alright. Alright, so go to File, save it. Go ahead and run this real quick. So it's saying we got some kind of error here. So do this. I forgot to put these here. Alright, good night. I'm going to save this. Oops. So go ahead and do this. Save module. Let me just check something real quick here. Let me just shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so this is going to be bag. Sorry guys. Should work. I don't know what's going on here. '69 in module. If name equals main, underscore name is not defined. No, that's doing that. Okay, so this column 1, so I don't know why it's doing that. Column 0, column 4. Interesting. I have no idea why it's doing that, but whatever. Maybe that's 2 underscores there, apparently. Jeez. Alright. So there's 2 underscores there. Alright. That should freaking work. Alright. Jeez, what a dumb mistake. Alright. Alright, so here you're going to go ahead and enter the room. I'm just going to do this room, Assassin Mansion. So basically you just enter the room name, and then the username, let's see here. So I don't have a username, I guess. I can go ahead and, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to make a shell account for the bot. So go here, do sign up, just wow, really? Alright, so we have our stuff. Username, YouTube bot, example, enter, user password. Order, type string, and that. Alright. So now, I don't know why we're getting this error, but size. Alright. Line 20 and module, do bot easy start. CHW easy start, self main, 30, and then self, that's set font size, 12. Alright, so this is going to go over some stuff. So set font size, set font size. Size is less than 9. Size equals. What? I have no idea what's going on. Alright. Let me think here. What the hell's going on? Set font size 12, 12, 12. Sorry. Ah, no wonder. I got it as a string. Simple mistakes, I guess, huh? So, anyways, it's going to be 12, 12. 12. So make sure that you get rid of that. I'm going to run the module again. Mother cropper sass. Alright, there we go. So now it prints out our info connected to Sasson Mansion, which is here, connected to room name, and so on. And then this is the message, YouTube bot example, YouTube bot blah 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 blah. So that is going to be this bad boy right here is our bot. And then we can go ahead and test it out. So our thing was you. And there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. So now, as you can see,
Can you do me a favor? Can you get me a soda out of them?
go get one.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, just go get one. They're in the fridge. Just tell her I told you you could. Alright, so there we go. And we have a working bot here. Alright, so when we come back, huh? Alright, so when we come back, we'll get into some more stuff here.
What?
Some better commands and all that.
What?
What?
What did you say?
What? I'm recording.
Oops.
It's fine. Alright. So with that, alright, well geez. So with that, go ahead and set this to just pick this color, I guess. 0033FF. Like I said, you can put any font colors or anything like that. Alright, so that's about it for now. I'll go ahead and leave some comments here. So that means that. Okay, so now we'll save this. Make sure this is the class here. Okay, make sure this and this is the same. Alright, so alright. So there you go. That's the end of this tutorial. When we come back, we'll be getting into some a lot more fun stuff here. And it's going to be basically all in the OnMessage thing here. Okay? So that's it for now, alright? Peace.